CUNY Service Corps is the best thing for any college student wanting exposure, wanting experience, wanting to build their network.
And you do get an opportunity to learn skills on-site and even off-site by hearing all the things that people are engaging in.
I'm going to recommend you for that role.
They match you with something that you're interested in, and the place finds you interesting as well. They don't just give you the job or the internship and just send you out there. They actually support you.
We're a team. We'll be a team.
We all know that when you graduate, you're looking for a job. All the employers, they're gonna ask you for experience. And CUNY Service Corps is the experience you can gain while you're still at school.
What is civic engagement?
While everybody else is in their books, you're also looking at life as it's gonna be in the future. And you're kind of cheating a little bit, but in a good way.
Let's dance! Yeah!
To me, Service Corps is about getting out of your box and also experiencing what's out there for you.
It allowed me to change my major completely to something that I'm more passionate about doing. You ready? We say walk on.
Good job.
It's a tremendous opportunity to make some contacts for the future career.
So then you start talking about the reasons why.
But above all, it's a tremendous life experience.
So it's a very interesting place.
That's what this program is about. It's equipping you to be bigger and a model for what the world really should be.
The best thing about CUNY Service Corps, the most inspiring thing, is that I recognize that New York City isn't a melting pot. We're more like a salad bowl.
Well, the basic shape, as close as you think they are.
We have differences, the population's here, and we have to address these differences. We engage with the community, and we're getting students placed into these organizations, and they change New York.
A family that I'm working with. When I told him, like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, his response was, it's okay because I trust you. To hear that, it makes you feel valuable.
Then you do the multiplication, and then whatever you get, you times all of that by 2. Right. After helping one student to find different ways that he can study, he recommended his friends to come to me. Sometimes I have so many of them, and not only are their grades improving, they're actually retaining the information.
You can always ask something like, oh, I agree.
I struggled myself to learn English, and I heard a lot of comments from my students that I don't think I can learn English. It's just too hard for me.
You can just act it out.
And they want to hear more about my stories.
My site is the 9/11 Museum and Memorial, and I'll never forget working one day, this kid comes up and he writes, I love New York and I'm sorry. And then after he kind of bowed his head in prayer, he understood what had occurred and he had this reverence, and it was something that stuck with me, that I saw that there are results.
3 divided by 4 equal.
I'm actually visually impaired, I'm legally blind, and the students that I work with are all visually impaired.
That's why you cannot add fractions unless they have the same denominator.
And the fact that I'm in school, I'm visually impaired, they appreciate it so much. They ask me all types of questions.
Everybody understands how a mixed number works.
So the fact that they have somebody on site that actually understands exactly where they're at, it's invaluable to them. And the fact that I'm able to help somebody as I was helped in the past, it's invaluable to me.
And the ripple effect is huge.
When I first heard about the CUNY Service Corps, I aspired to be part of something that was bigger than myself.
Why don't you tell people you can draw? Yeah.
But I never realized that I was going to learn so much about myself through such a short amount of time.
Sometimes I would get an idea for something and I would like throw it to the side. But this program has allowed me to see how from one small idea, something bigger can grow.
There's always something to do.
Sometimes I would have an opinion and not say it, but I realize that being part of Service Corps, sometimes your views make a big difference.
The little anchors on it.
I realized that my skill sets could really impact an organization, and it made something that I do meaningful to me.
HIV attacks the immune system.
Before I was very timid and not trying to make mistakes, but failing and learning from that was something that I know I can take with me after Service Corps.
Through my placement site, I have absolutely challenged myself.
And it has a lot of benefits.
And I found that I had a lot more strengths than weaknesses.
This program is the best decision I ever made in my life.
I walk into interviews now and I'm smiling.
I've worked a lot with kids.
I know that I have something to offer to people, and I love that.
It was great to meet you.
Because that is not the person I was. That's something new that's happened just because of CUNY Service Corps.
I've grown as an individual, but also as a
resident of my community.
I've also humbled myself because you learn that so many groups of people have been stigmatized and stereotyped.
I had this want to try to help out the community, but I didn't know where and how. Service Corps kind of structured and helped me to develop a life where I can professionally serve others.
I could say CUNY Service Corps changed my life, and now I know what I want to do.
We a family, right? We CUNY, right?
I feel like CUNY Service Corps has the potential to be CUNY's best marketing strategy.
Biking is a healthy lifestyle.
The students that are here are passionate, they want to be here.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tinder.
So they start telling their friends, they start posting things online, they start talking about their sites.
When I think about Service Corps, I think about the way in which it transforms participation.
Workers own and control the enterprise.
It really opens you up to the complexity, but also to the great power of the city itself.
With mothers that are HIV positive.
And within a big city like New York, within a huge campus system like CUNY, into the future I could only see Service Corps increasingly bringing new ideas to organizations and networks across the city.